It's just, based on the MPO's wishes.
First and foremost, let me make it very clear. The TTC is not in that $86 billion number.
No, I understand.
It's not in there. The only statewide issue is what we call the Texas trunk system, where we're trying to improve existing two-lane roads between cities of a population of 20,000 is to make those four-lane roadways. That's what the additional, and when you look at the statewide connectivity out of $86 billion, I think it was only $9 billion.
Okay. And I appreciate that. And I will say this, I know you don't have a commissioner here tonight. I actually think that's probably a good idea. I didn't believe, again, I didn't think Commissioner Houghton was really looking to honestly answer our questions as much as he was trying to sell us on this project. In fact, every time that somebody, and I know when I spoke about the gas tax and about this the transportation report and indexing the gas tax or those things, his response was raising the gas tax is a legislative issue. Okay? And I guess my response is, why is raising the gas tax a legislative issue? Meanwhile, TXDOT can spend $9 million to tell us or convince us that toll roads is the way to go in the future. Because my personal opinion, I believe that why not use that $9 million to just educate Texans about what the problem is that we're facing, and then allow Texans to decide how we want mobility in Texas and not make the decision for us or what is best for us. That's
First off, we've always taken the stance when it comes to revenue of not, talking to the legislature, because that is first and foremost their responsibility to figure out how to do it. So we don't get in that realm of discussion. I do want to talk about, because you talk about whether it's the Governor's Business Council report or what are the needs of the state of Texas when it comes to revenue financing. And we haven't talked about it, but during the last federal bill, there was two commissions that were generated. And one of them was out of Section 1909 of the Transportation Bill, so if you want to go look at it. But the commission is called the 1909 Commission. They just 2 weeks ago came out with their report about how to address the transportation funding issue for the nation and also the states. That report, first off, said on the federal level they need to increase the state gas tax 5 to 8 cents each year for the next 5 years. Then they said that the state had to aggressively increase their state gas tax an equivalent amount. They also said that tolls are not out of the question and that public-private partnership are not out of the question, and that we also need to look at the freight taxes and stuff like that on it. But that's the magnitude that we're talking about here. And when a lot of people bring in that Governor's Business Council's report and how if we just raise the gas tax 8 cents and index it, then we can solve our problems, I think you're hearing from the federal government and everything that is not a true and correct analysis. We're talking about raising the gas tax 40 cents over the next 5 years at the federal level and an equal amount on the state level just to address their needs. So that's why when you ask, I think the commissioner about the report, I think that's a part of it he was looking at. But that's just getting down to raw numbers in that report.
well, and I understand that. And I guess my concern is every time we see a report that comes out from a commission or a group that has been convened that is honest and real, it seems like it's immediately blasted out of the water. And at some point, I've got to wonder, is it that is our governor and the transportation department just smarter than everybody else that's trying to look at this problem? Because, for example, the federal report you're referring to, Governor Perry immediately came out and blasted the report and said that those taxes are not what's needed. That report also said that, even though it said toll roads may be a component, it said that toll roads are not going to be the answer to solving the U.S. infrastructure.
There's not one thing that's a silver bullet to solve our problems. I think, and I don't want to defend, the statement that the governor had and everything, but you have to remember all the conversations we've had about the money that goes to D.C. and what we get back from them on the gas tax. And I think that's the issue you get. Why do we continue to send money to the we don't get back the equivalent around it. And that's why he said, raise the tax to 40 cents, that's crazy.
All right, I mean, let me ask you this question then on that issue. How much of a difference would it make? Okay, we get 70 cents on the dollar back of every federal gas tax dollar we pay. We are the fastest growing state in the United States. What kind of difference would it make to the equation if we could go and we could get that other 30 cents and we could keep every dollar of federal tax money in Texas? How would that change things?
Still wouldn't address all the needs we have.
How much do we know? How much that 30 cents? What is that dollar amount? Do we know?
We get about 2